Redneck Garage. This is the last snow video. If you didn't think it could get worse than the last ice video, think again. Let's take a look at what happened after we had a couple days of ice, how much worse it got around here. These two guys are stuck in a parking lot. How sad is that?
Later.
Randy's here!
Why aren't y'all working?
I can't get out of the driveway.
I did.
What? Well, where'd you go?
A liquor store?
Liquor
And
store.
UPS.
Oh, okay.
And Essentials.
Really?
Yeah.
The liquor store was Essentials.
Right.
What'd you get at the liquor store? You're not even a big drinker.
I know, but I'm out.
Huh?
I'm out.
You're out now from being in the snow. How you been getting around in the Honda?
Yeah, it's front wheel drive with a snow button.
No, there's no snow button.
On the car, yes there is.
Is there really?
Yes, it says snow.
Dang.
Inside by the gear shift, there's a button that says snow.
That's crazy.
It is.
Well, come on in, we'll get warm. Randy's gonna look at my progress back here in the back. What do you think?
Progress of what?
Oh my God. He's giving me a hard time. Round two is falling. You can see probably got about 2 inches. I thought I'd just go for a walk because I'm fat. Man, it is steady coming down. I'm getting a workout just trying to get through it. Man, it is coming down. Big old flakes. So we got about 3 or 4 inches last night of just snow. How awesome. Way to go, Liam. Oh, yes. We're going to have to go to the emergency room here in a minute. I can see it happening. Yeah. Liam and I went on a drive. He's got his Santa hat on.
Yeah,
Which
I look
makes
sexy fine in the Santa hat. Actually.
Yeah, it makes people think that you're mental. But that's okay. Don't worry about
It makes them go mental because I'm just so hot in the Santa hat.
Man, everything's closed. It's starting to snow again. We're at the mall.
Miller's Air House is actually open.
We're not... Look.
So technically everything isn't closed.
Shut up. You're mean. Shoe Carnival. There's no carnival going on today. What's that guy looking at? The Shoe Carnival is shut down. All the roustabouts have left. Now it's starting to snow again, so what in the heck? Somebody was probably out trying to shovel this stuff. Had a that was it. That's my guess. Uh-oh, this doesn't look good. What in the heck? So this truck was going down I-65 northbound, and another tractor trailer was in front of him, and the ice flew off the back of the trailer and it hit the windshield right there in the center at the top. That huge amount of ice, and it busted his windshield in, and I think it hit him in the head. That's a waker-upper. Hopefully this is the last day of this crap. I haven't been able to get my van out really. It's got probably death-defying ice on the top of it. So I'm trying to wait till it melts so it doesn't fall down on somebody's car. This snow, I'm ready for it to be gone. Overall, the Jeep did really well. I never had any problems with it getting stuck, or the 3.8 liter had plenty of power. I didn't have any problems with that. He put a new top on it, but there's an air leak. So there's something with the gasket on this top end, or something with the bow that's bent, or something. So I need to loosen up the top and take a look at that, where it's leaking air, because that's annoying at about 50 miles an hour. Over here on this door, this gasket too is messed up and it drips water inside. Need to figure out why that is. So basically just take the top down and see what we got and why it's not lined up on this top and where we're getting an air leak in between the door and the frame. So I got it on one of the highways and I was probably doing 65, 70 miles an hour, and I hit a pothole because, you know, the ice and the snow will cause the road to have damage, things like that. And I got death wobble. Now, let me tell you something. If you've never experienced death wobble, you probably haven't owned a Jeep, A, and B, it's scary if you don't know what it is, but it started shaking like the Dickens. That's how I'll put it. And what you have to do is just slow down. Once you slow down, then it'll stop, and then you can continue on. And usually don't have a problem. But if you've never had that, and maybe the prior owner had that happen to him, freaked out and said, this thing's a death trap and I gotta get rid of it. Maybe that's why he sold it cheap as he did. Anyway, that's just a guess. However, what that does tell you is that there's something in the geometry that's off, whether it's a ball joint, something in the front end. It could just need an alignment. An alignment may fix it. So I need to get the front end jacked up and take a look if there's anything loose, and then take it down to my buddy Nick down at CNF Tire. I may wait to do that until I do the lift kit from Rough Country. That's going to be what we put on it. I'm just waiting for a little bit of warm weather. Other than that, the Jeep has done really, really well. I've been happy with it. And I do have kind of a theory on the Jeep itself, right? It was up in DC, a woman supposedly owned it. It has really low miles, 60,000 miles on it. And here's what I believe. I believe that she used this as her winter vehicle, that this probably was a vehicle that when the roads got bad or when it was slushy and icy, she maybe had a really nice car and she drove this because nothing ever got fixed on it as far as like body work. It got scraped up, things like that. Interior, you could see that things were thrown in the passenger side seat from some scrapes on the panels and stuff. And that's kind of my guess, is that this probably was her winter vehicle that she drove to prevent her Lexus or whatever it was, Mercedes, from getting in the ice and the snow. And that's why maybe that there's some rust on the frame because nothing was ever done to it. So we're going to fix that, but that's kind of my guess. What'd you say?
I love you.
Yeah. Now it's all of a sudden she's all sweetified. Yeah. Before she was going, I've been waiting on you for a sound like a minor bird. Where are we going?
Home Depot.
Home Depot? Why we got to get at Home Depot?
You wanted to look at some fence.
Fence. She's making me
Because you're lying.
I'm not lying. She's making me put a fence in the back because of our neighbor behind us who's a skank.
You can't say that.
I can say that.
No.
What? Oh, you like her?
No, I didn't say that.
She doesn't watch my channel.
But
Okay, she's not a skank.
good.
She's a very, what would you say?
Opinionated.
Very abrasive person. And we've had rounds before when I told her that I was going to kill her dog, which, you remember that scenario? She had a Rottweiler that kept getting in our yard, and I finally told her I was going to kill it, and she called the police, and the police went over there with me, and he said he's going to kill my dog, and I said, yeah, and she goes, he can't do that, and the cop said, if you're, does your dog get in his yard? And she goes, yeah, but he can't kill it, and he goes, if he gets in your yard, he's going to kill it. So the dog evidently quit coming into my yard, but she's still, so we're putting up a fence so we don't have to see her. So on Craigslist, I found a set of side steps that are factory that are supposed to be in really nice shape for like 75 bucks. So I couldn't pass that down. We're on a little adventure and we're going up to Hendersonville, which is where Johnny Cash used to live, to pick these up and hopefully not die in the ice, which is melting pretty quickly. All right, so Jennifer and I made it back from our adventure up in Hendersonville, the other side of Nashville, and these are the running boards that I got, and I love them, man. It came off of a 2014 for 75 bucks. I was super happy with that. They're in perfect shape, nothing wrong with them, and I like the factory look of these running boards, so I'm going to be putting these on. And after talking to Jennifer, because I don't have enough to do, I'm actually considering switching colors on the Jeep, because black with a black top, it's kind of boring. So I don't know, I may end up just painting the whole thing because I've got to paint the hood. It's kind of scratched up. I got to paint the inner fender. The doors have a couple dings on them, so I mean, I can always talk myself into more work. Man, it's hard to believe 2 days ago we were in the middle of an ice storm and couldn't get anywhere. And now today it's going to be 60 degrees. All right, so that's going to be the end of the Ice Apocalypse 2021 in Nashville here. I mean, everything was crippled. The no mail service, the trash didn't run. About the only thing that was open was grocery stores for a few days. So we're all defrosting here. What I did learn is that I've got a death wobble in the Jeep, slight. Didn't do it all the time, just one time. But that's enough to go, wow, that's crazy. Let's figure out what's going on with that. When you put the Rough Country lift on, then I'm going to be looking at everything on the front end anyway and getting it aligned. So, you know, it's not a big issue, but we've got to make sure that there's nothing that's worn out and everything's correct in alignment. I'm going to be changing the color on the Jeep, which going from the black to a different color.
I got to make a decision on that. And it's supposed to rain for the next 4 days, so I'm just excited about that. Keep watching. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. Frame repairs and painting and all kinds of stuff. For the next short amount, I am doing a lot of cleaning. I appreciate you being subscribers. Questions, comments, post them below. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning the wrenches.